What is going on, people? Jay the Black here, back with another video. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Kenny Smith and his ex-wife. Now, I made a video months back before anybody ever even knew they were getting a divorce. And y'all going to check the video out. It was the initial separation. And this situation seems to heighten what I said in that video even more, because she is now demanding not only to get $45,000 a month, but she's going public and saying that his employer, which is TNT, should be paying her this money. Basically, she's saying that he's avoiding paying her. So she's going to his employer to try to get the money out of him. Now, according to The Blast, the divorce between Inside the NBA host Kenny Smith and his model ex-wife has turned nasty after she filed documents with the court to garnish his TV wages to pay his back support. According to court documents obtained by The Blast, Gwendolyn Osborne is going after the money Kenny Smith makes from Turner Sports because she is owed money for both spousal support and child support. First off, I didn't even know that you can go to somebody's employer and garnish their wages. Especially when they're making the money Kenny Smith is making, but she is trying desperately to get that. And you see, this is why women need to stop talking about equality, stop talking about wanting to be represented on equal footing with men, but then you're in that man's pocket. You're an ex-model. I'm pretty sure you could find a way to make your own money. You were married to Kenny Smith for 12 years, and you mean to tell me that you didn't even try to start a business, to go back to school, to try to make your own money? Oh no. Just go ahead and continue to milk Kenny Smith like you did when you both were married to each other. Let's see. Osborne wants to collect $16,000 a month for child support and another $28,000 a month for spousal support. The order states that Turner Sports is to pay the money to the California State Disbursement Unit, which will then pay it on to her. So really, in this situation, she's trying to make sure that she gets paid. Like, she's going above him. Like, it's almost like she don't even trust him, And what's very interesting was that Kenny Smith really tried to keep this private. Like, he didn't go public with it, but she's going public with it because she doesn't care anymore. She wants that money that she didn't earn, but she felt like because she was married to you, she deserves that money. The order states that Turner Sports, according to our sources, Gwendolyn wanted to handle this matter privately, but she felt forced to take this action because she did not feel like she was being heard. We're told she feels she is acting on behalf of all women who are not being heard. Are you kidding me? Here she goes with this female empowerment. I'm doing it for women because she's virtue signaling. And she's doing this because she wants women on her side, because maybe when people first heard about this, women didn't care. And let me tell you something, Gwendolyn, women still aren't going to care. You think this is going to help you in the court of public opinion? There are women out there already who feel like you're a gold digger. They're not going to take your side, but she is virtue signaling because she wants the court of public opinion on her side. Okay. She wants to pressure the network to make sure that they pay her, and she's using womanhood to do it. I'm telling y'all, some of these females really ain't shit. And there were actually women who were defending her in the first video I made. But are you going to defend her now that she's using womanhood? A woman who was with a man who basically took care of her for 12 years. They have 2 children together, but you were married to each other. Of course, you're going to have kids together. You want $16,000 a month for child support, which is fine. But you want $28,000 for spousal support. So you want more money for spousal support than child support? No, you should want more money for your children, not for yourself. And that shows you the type of mindset that she has and that women like her have, which is why I don't understand why people are defending, these women who divorce these guys and try to milk them instead of making their own money and making their own way in life. These same women will get on social media talking about how men are not giving them opportunities and how, we call it the wage gap. You're still trying to get money out of a guy who you were probably with for his money. Let's just be real. When he met you, you were working on The Price is Right. It wasn't like you were making a ton of money then, but you don't want to let that lifestyle go. She wants to maintain that lifestyle. She feels like she deserves $28,000 a month for herself. And what's funny is that probably won't even be enough, because in a year or two, she may go back to court for more money. As the Blast first reported, Gwendolyn Osborne, a former model on The Price is Right, filed for divorce last October. She cited irreconcilable differences for the split. The couple has been married for 12 years and have 2 children together, 11-year-old Malloy and 6-year-old London. After the split, Osborne told the Blast, "Kenny and I are parting ways very amicably. There is no one to blame here. We have amazing kids and will co-parent our children with all the love in the world." Well, what happened? Why are you going public now? Why do you need $28,000 a month for yourself? I'm confused. You want things to be amicable, but you can't get out this man's pockets. Now, I know it's expensive to live in California. I believe that's where they are stationed. I believe that's where they're living. But I'm still looking at the fact that you want less money in child support than spousal support. You feel like because you're with him for 12 years, you deserve almost double. Y'all gotta understand, she wants pretty much double in spousal support than child support. But these women will claim they love their kids. Yeah, you love your kids, all right. You love that money more, And the thing about these athletes' wives, what I'm saying? Even though Kenny Smith married her well after his career, because he makes about $4 million a year, I believe. So she's looking to get about what? When you calculate it up, how much she get? He makes $4 million a year. Okay. She wants $45,000 a month. So let's calculate it. Oh, wow. So she wants $540,000 a year. So she basically want what? Over 25% of his income yearly? Like, come on, man. But you're bringing up doing something to help empower and inspire other women. What are you going to empower and inspire other women to do? To be a gold digger? To chase after men for their money? To marry them and then divorce them? What's interesting is that you got all these women talking about how they want to be married. They talk about how they want them a husband. But as soon as you're given that life, you walk away from it. Because from the initial video that I did, okay, they seem to not have any ill will towards each other. There was no cheating rumors. There was no anything domestic going on. So you have to ask yourself, is it a situation where you just wanted to move on while you still felt like you had your looks, that you could find somebody else, and maybe you haven't found anybody yet, so you're going public with these financial demands because you realize that Kenny Smith is the best you're ever going to get? You thought that the grass was going to be greener. You thought that by leaving this situation, you'd find somebody else, and it hasn't worked out. So you're going public with your financial demands, because that's what it seems like. So you have women who talk about how much they want a relationship, how they want to be married, they want a family. But as soon as you give them that, they walk away from it. And they wonder why men don't want to get married. It is because, listen, when men get married, for the most part, they're not filing the divorces. The majority of the divorces are filed by women, by disgruntled women, by women who think that they have better outside of that marriage, and they realize that it's not all good, because once one of these dudes are able to finesse you to divorce your husband, and then you realize that dude really wasn't serious about that, now all of a sudden you're trying to run back to your ex, either to be in his pockets or to get back with him, and then you realize it's too late. She wanted an amicable split because she wanted to have the opportunity to go back to him if that was her choice. But maybe Kenny said, you know what, I'm not going through this again. So now she's going public with financial demands because I think that's what it's all about. It's all about the money at the end of the day. If these women actually cared about empowering other women, they would walk away from the marriage with nothing. I'm pretty sure Kenny would still give her money for the kids, but these women file these divorces and go straight to court seeking money. That's a shame. And they make it hard for other women who want to be married. They make it hard for other women who want to be married to get married because they're so selfish. They only care about themselves. And they wonder why men, just for the most part, are not seeking to get married, because the majority of the divorces are filed by women. Once a man says I do and he didn't sign and there was no prenup, he understands he's gonna have to make that work, because he knows that she's gonna be quick to leave that relationship. And that's what it seems like. These women will marry these athletes, and they're good with being married to these athletes because these athletes are on the road for half a year or more, depending on if they're doing anything promotionally, they're doing any training, the playoffs, So these women are able to live single while being married. They're able to do whatever they want. They can spend these guys' money and they're barely around them. But once these guys retire, y'all notice the divorce rates go up. Just like with Kevin Garnett, a year after he retired, him and his wife divorced. And she's trying to milk him for all he's worth. Go see the various videos that I have done on that situation. So, something in the comment section below, and let me know your thoughts.